This is the Nadalin catastrophe, when a Soviet rocket exploded at a test range in 1960. On October 24, 1960, an intercontinental ballistic missile exploded on its launch pad in Soviet Kazakhstan. 54 people were reported killed, although modern estimates put the number of deaths at closer to 300. Although used primarily for delivering nuclear warheads, ICBMs had a secondary purpose, as a rocket for space exploration. The early flights of Sputnik and Yuri Gagarin were conducted using modified ballistic missiles. The development and eventual launch of this missile was overseen by the Marshal of Artillery, Mitroslav Nadalin. His design team worked furiously on this new rocket called the R-16. He hoped to impress Nikita Khrushchev by conducting a successful launch before the November 7th anniversary of the Bolshevik Revolution. Unfortunately, the project suffered from numerous technical problems. On October 21st, the missile was moved to its launch pad at the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Fueling of the rocket began, using a highly corrosive and toxic fuel nicknamed Devil's Venom. Due to this dangerous environment, all non-essential personnel were ordered to evacuate the area for their own safety. However, Nadalin ignored these regulations. He even reportedly set up a chair at the pad and watched the proceedings. By October 23rd, a series of electrical faults prevented the fuel pumps from working properly. The rocket would have to be drained of its fuel in order to effect repairs, but Nadalin refused, since it would further delay the launch by at least several hours. He instead ordered the workers to perform the repairs while its dangerous fuel was still aboard. The presence of several high-ranking Soviet dignitaries at the site only increased the pressure on the workers. The rocket had to be launched as soon as possible. Safety be damned. At 6:45 p.m. on October 24th, with some 250 personnel and visitors present at the launch pad, the second stage rocket engine ignited. The exhaust immediately ripped through the fuel tank in the first stage below, creating a massive explosion that sprayed acidic chemicals across the launch complex. People near the rocket were instantly incinerated, and dozens of others either burned to death or were poisoned by the toxic fuel vapors. An investigation into the disaster was immediately launched by Khrushchev. The commission set the official death toll at 90. This tally included 74 who perished in the initial explosion, 57 of them military personnel, and another 17 civilians. An additional 2 bodies of suffocated soldiers were found after the official report was completed, raising the official death toll to 92. The report also went on to blame the massive death toll on the actions of those who ignored or did not enforce proper safety procedures. However, the true casualty list has remained a mystery. More recent investigations have estimated the death toll as high as 300. The disaster was not officially recognized by the Soviet Union until 1989. Marshal Nadalin, after whom the disaster is named, perished in the explosion. According to the Soviet government, he instead died in a plane crash.